Subscribe if you'd like. Hit the like if you like me. Let me get my throat chakra crystal. It helps me talk. I really didn't want to make this video, but I feel like I have to because I like to be transparent. And the main focus on my channel is mental health, spirituality, single parenting. I also share with you my journey in my career with having my own record label, Masters of Fate Music, being a music artist, and being a writer. But mental health and spirituality and parenting are the core of my channel. And I try to be as positive as possible, but I also have to be authentic. So I wanted to show you how my bipolar affects me. If you're new here, I have avoidant personality disorder, which is actually a new diagnosis that I just got 6 months ago. My bipolar diagnosis I got when I was younger. And I know it probably sounds crazy, but I actually forgot about it from like ages 18 to 30 while I was married. Even though I was married for 20 years, my ex-husband's dead now, but and he was schizophrenic. And we have neurodivergent children. A few of them have ADHD. A lot of them have anger problems. So I don't want my grandchildren to carry the burdens of me. So that's why I left my 9 to 5 and I stayed home. First of all, because I was not raising my children. I was always at work. And I just was not able to observe my children and affect them. I should be around them all the time so that I can influence them. I don't want them in a school with a bunch of strangers being infected with the way that they see the world. They need to be with their parent. They need to be with their mom. And I needed to be with them. So that's a big reason. And also because of my mental health, like there's just no way that I can do a 9 to 5. So I'm sitting here, and over the past few days, there's been a lot of changes to my routine. I can't do schedules. Putting a time on an appointment where I have to be somewhere, I hyper focus on it and it causes me unnecessary stress. My nervous system just goes through the roof. It's just, I don't know how to make someone who isn't bipolar understand. I don't know how to make you understand what it's like to have that. It's like impending doom. To have an appointment, it's almost like you're on death row and you know you're about to die. Like that. But it's just an appointment. Whatever. My brain is my best friend and my worst enemy. So, specifically the bipolar, the chemical imbalance, my body responds to any stressor or any stimuli at all like it's a life or death situation. I get very overwhelmed just by being observed, being spoken to. If I could live my life in a room and not interact with anyone, that's my comfort. That's my safe zone. Being around people and soaking up their energy and hearing their thoughts and stuff, I get tired of that. Seeing entities that aren't human wearing human suits, I get tired of that. It's overwhelming. It's not like I'm scared. This has been my whole life, so I'm not scared any more than I'm scared of a big scary human. Like, it's no different. Extraterrestrials are just like humans. It's the same thing. And when you see these things your whole life, you don't get scared. You get irritated. It's irritating because it's like, okay, you here and what? Go away, you know? But I'm sitting here. Oh, okay. So I have a very set routine. I wake up around the same time. I do the same things, clean 3 times a day, wash my body 3 times a day. I'm always in a constant state of prayer and I have a very set routine. So now when we have other things to take care of, it throws me totally out of whack. I'm the type of person where if you need me to go somewhere, you need to tell me a month in advance. And then I'm probably not going to show up. I'm going to tell you ahead of time though. I'll be preparing the entire month. And then that morning, I'll just be fully dressed, have everything ready, and just sit on the edge of my bed until I'm supposed to go. I gotta find a better way to explain this stuff. But either way. So I'm sitting here, and for the past week, we've had appointments for the kids because my kids, I'm like their full-time manager. I've got one in homeschool, one that's about to go to college, one that started his own business. And he actually has 2 businesses. He does the photography and he also has a bakery. So I'm having to be available for photo shoots. I'm having to play cameraman. I'm having to make phone calls for people. I have so many that like my room is a studio and an office. They have files, all types of stuff. I'm basically like their case manager. And then you got all the mental health stuff and all the appointments they got to go to. And it's just me and it's 3 of them. I have 6 kids, but the other 3 have moved out and I have the other 3. So I'm sitting here now. I've already had a week where my routine has changed. My sleep cycle is just screwed. I'm telling you, I'll be sitting here. It'll be 3 o'clock in the morning. It'll feel like 12 o'clock in the afternoon to me. I never know what day it is. I never know what time it is. Everything is backwards. My brain works backwards and sideways. And when my house isn't perfectly clean, I don't even know where I am. Does that make sense? So I'm sitting here and I'm exhausted. Too exhausted to think, too exhausted to function, too excited to even have hunger. And I'm sitting here and I can feel these waves of emotions. I'm sitting here and 1 minute I physically jumped up, started pacing around my room, got tired, sat down, felt like I wanted to cry. For what? I don't know. I'm sitting here watching Miss T talk about Kirk and Rashida. There's nothing to cry. I don't know. And then I just felt sad. And then I wanted to go to sleep. It is 6:20 in the afternoon. And then I'm just sitting here and being still because it's like when you don't know what to do, you don't know what's going on, be still. Deep breathe. Listen to your Ori. So I sit and I deep breathe and I sit. And then something's like, you gotta make a video. I'm like, I don't want to make a video. That is the last thing I want to do right now. It's like, you got to. This is part of it. You know, you are not just making YouTube videos. You are sharing your testimony with other people who are trying to find their voice or trying to find some type of connection, someone who understands what they're going through. And I understand that my life is not my own. And I understand that I went through the things that I went through, first of all, because I can handle it. And second of all, because one of my gifts is being able to turn it into art that can help other people. And I've noticed that, like, I don't use my suffering as an excuse for my behavior, even though I really could. I just don't. So I don't let my kids do that either, which they don't. They don't do that. It's never, oh, I got ADHD. It's never that. It's always, I'm trying to work on it. And I'm like, work on it fast. You drive me crazy. But yeah, I love my family. I appreciate their support. I know that I probably irk them, and but they've seen how far I've come and how hard I've tried to be normal and how much I fight through. And they swear they know me so well, they know everything. They're like, they were talking the other day. They were like, Mom, tell me everything. I was like, no, Mom, tell me everything. I'm sitting down. I don't tell y'all nothing. They think I tell them everything. If they knew even half of what I went through in my head, they would feel so sorry for me. They would probably start washing dishes more. Maybe I should tell them some of my trauma. But no, they wouldn't be able to handle it. And that's fine. And that's another thing. I'm walking around with their wounds because they just love to tell me all their trauma in great explicit detail. And then I'm walking around with that. So I feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders when every time I look on social media, somebody is coming for a brown woman. Everything is our fault. And everything that we have accomplished, we don't get credit for. It's like, give me a break. So now, in the past month or two, I've just felt a lot of pressure. Like pressure from the world. Pressure to be excellent at all times within my family. Their standards are super high. It's fine. I just feel like I can't make any mistakes. And when I do make mistakes, I gotta throw myself on the sword. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, family and world, that this brown woman has made a mistake. My God. And it's like, girl, you can only be so much to everyone. And women are gods to their community, They really are. This is not a man bashing space at all. I feel like the Sibyls made a mistake back in the day, the high priestesses, by getting too highfalutin and not feeding life into the men, which is why they sold them into slavery. And now we have a patriarchy in religion. And God is he, and the divine feminine has been erased from history, but not really, because we have proof. If you haven't gotten this book, you might want to go get it. Because they ain't going to teach your kids this in school, which is why my kids are homeschooled. I just woke up one day and realized those are strangers when my oldest son Joshua, when he was 5, he went to school and he came home crying. He said his teacher told him he was stupid. He internalized that, and he never got over it. So yeah, my kids are homeschooled, and it's really easy. You only have to turn in 2 portfolios a year. You get for each subject, and there's about 5 subjects depending on what grade your child is in. And so twice a year, you turn in a portfolio around November, December, and then around June. And it's pass or fail. You only have to show 3 examples of your kids' work from each subject. And it can be really just their notebooks, or it can be, yeah, we did this, and you're telling your case manager or whatever they're called what your kid did, and that's enough for them. But we live in Maryland. It's that easy. If you have your GED or any college at all, you can homeschool your kid. And if you don't have your GED or high school diploma, the state will help you get it, and then you can homeschool your kid. It's really easy. I meet with her on Zoom, so you can turn in the work. I don't like to do that. I like to meet with our case manager on Zoom. That's my homegirl. I talked to her earlier. That's my girl. And we talk, and then I just show Fire's work on Zoom, and yeah, she passes. That's it. Your kids get to stay home, eat good, nutritious food that you cooked. They're not getting sick all year. They're not getting called names. They're not being manipulated. They're not being affected in negative ways by these rogue children running all through these schools acting like the trifling parents. So my kids are very precious to me. And when I was adopted, you would think that if people go out of their way to adopt a child, they would value them and treat them like they had worth. But that was not my experience. So now I'm obsessed with my kids. I don't know. I'm not one of them moms that's going to like stalk them and prevent them from doing things. I'm at the point in my motherhood where I can step back and allow them to make mistakes. Because if they fall, I'm going to catch them. But sometimes you need that space to fall so that you can realize you can fly. If I keep doing everything for them, they're not going to develop any talent. They're not going to develop any gifts. They're not going to learn. Because a lot of times we learn the greatest lessons by failing. So now in this era of motherhood, my main job is basically support. God wants me to be quiet, sit down, and listen. And that has come up in all of my readings for months. That and new love, but I don't want to hear that at all unless it's a puppy. I love you. So I just wanted to kind of show you the other side of mental health. It's not all sunshine and rainbows at all. It's rarely ever that, honestly. I fight every day to get out of bed and function. I fight intrusive thoughts every day that tell me that, girl, you ain't gonna sell no hoodies. Girl, you ain't gonna buy no house. You ain't gonna have no goats. Yes, I am gonna have goats. Yes, I am gonna get out of debt. I'm not really in that much debt. Honestly, it's just, what is it? It's just one thing. It's from a credit card. It's like $9.45. That's it. But it's still debt. Oh, wait a minute. No, I flooded my last apartment. Not my last apartment, but the apartment before then by accident. I was really stressed out. I was really tired. And I left the kitchen sink running. So it's like $4,200 worth of damage that I need to pay off. That's the debt that I'm talking about. So those are my goals. Finish my book, debt-free, and just be stoic all the time. I don't ever want to lose my temper again, ever. Because nobody triggers you like your own kids. I'm telling you. But, yeah, I'm just over here healing trauma, trying to get back out into the world. You know, with my daughter getting into this working program through the summer, I'm going to have to, I've been having to go out more. Come to find out, Medicaid just rolled out a new program in Maryland. You should check and see if they're doing it in your area as well, where they will pay for Planet Fitness memberships to everybody who has Medicaid. And it's not one of them situations where it's like, oh, it's only one membership for per household. No, we all got free memberships now. So I'm trying to, part of my therapy is to force myself to go outside like twice a week. So I'm going to try to do that. It's like a 1.5 mile walk to the gym, but that's fine. That alone is exercise, but I need to lift weights so that I can burn this fat from around my tummy. But I love you. I appreciate you being here. I was not happy to get that avoidant personality disorder diagnosis. It's like, girl, I'm still stuck on being bipolar. And here you go adding something else. So she was so happy too. She was just like, yeah, we figured it out. Like, girl, no, I don't want no daggone new diagnosis. Help. But yeah. So I'm still, in the middle of this disability case, but the lawyers are taking care of that. It's like, it's crazy. How you gonna have a lawyer, but you still doing all the legwork? Like, I had to track down some paperwork, but it's better that I do it because then they ain't charging me for it. I love you. I appreciate you being here with me on this journey. I'm telling you, one thing I can give you my word on is that you will always see me grow. There's nothing that would make me unfollow somebody quicker than them being in the same position now that they were ago. 6 months. I can't do it. A year, 2 years, you still up here making the same videos. I'm depressed doing this, and I'm sad doing that, and I'm struggling doing this. It's like, struggle constructively, at least. I don't mind the struggle, but struggle up. Don't struggle down. I love you. Thank you for spending time with me here in Fury World. If you would like to check out more videos about mental health, spirituality, or single parenting, check out my playlist. If you like my hoodie and you are interested in t-shirts, water bottles, cool, high quality, custom printed, unique gifts and apparel, check out my stuff to say my playlist. Check out, how am I gonna say this? Check out my online store, projectfury.etsy.com. Did I say anything about the music yet? If you would like to check out my music, it's available on all music streaming platforms. What is that? Platforms worldwide under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss. Did I say that already? I need a nap. I'll catch you in the next episode. I love you. Peace. Subscribe if you like. Hit the like if you like me.